Nope, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about migraines. I've done other videos in this series explaining shoulder position and serratus anterior and why everything kind of connects to it. I'm going to show you a couple muscles today. SEM, sternocleidomastoid, hooks onto your collarbone and your sternum, zips up behind your ear there, hooks onto your mastoid process, and levator scapulae. Hooks onto the medial part of the top end of your scapula there and goes up to the first four, I think, vertebrae, up on the transverse processes there. So once again, migraines even have to do with shoulder position. We're going to talk about interstitial fluid. Interstitial fluid gets pumped up into your head, right? Leaks out the capillaries in there. And up in your head, it relies a lot on just gravity to get it back down. There's no big muscle groups up there to move it, right? A lot of it depends upon gravity. And if your neck muscles are just all clenched up and your shoulders are just all clenched up, right? Nothing can flow. And when you get things released, you can feel it just drain out. And then the migraine goes away quickly. So it's a circulation issue. Interstitial lymphatic fluid just can't drain down because it's so tensed up. A little sneaky quick thing to do. Behind your ear there's a little bone called the mastoid process. And this is where that SEM hooks on. Because you watched the prior videos, you understand that healthy tissue doesn't hurt. And things only hurt because they're messed up. So where you feel it griping back there, just go ahead and put your thumb there. You're not pressing hard, you're just kind of relaxing into it. You can lay down on the bed, the couch, or the floor, right? Just kind of your thumb, knuckle, or whatever you got. It'll hurt, but not because you're pushing there. Because the tissue's messed up. There's muscle knots and adhesions in there. Go towards the pain, and it'll hurt worse as you get closer to it. Once again, you're just relaxing into it. But eventually you'll get down to the cause, that attachment point. Right? And it'll be tender, but just stick with it. Eventually you'll feel it release after just a few minutes. Ooh. And then most people get that drainy feeling then. This is SEM, just kind of wiggles loose. Sometimes you can feel it wiggle. But once again, you get that drainy feeling. Go around the back of your head, the base of your skull. Look for anything else that hurts. And it's the same thing. Just give it some pressure. Wiggle it a little bit till it lets go. That usually gets rid of like a bunch of symptoms, but not all. The real issue was shoulder placement. It being down and probably forward, always pulling on those muscles, right? 24/7, it never gets up until you release serratus anterior, the coracoid, pec minor, and this shoulder just kind of comes up. And now the interstitial fluid that was dammed up underneath your scapula can just like flow. Down through here underneath your ear is a major drainage point that we just freed up. Flows down your neck, kind of flows over the top of your rib cage and down under pec minor. If you take and you feel on your rib cage under pec minor, there's a little divot there in your rib cage where the belly of pec minor just kind of usually sits. And assuming it gets motion, it keeps that divot clear, but it does get plugged up if pick miner is stuck in there. Anyway, this is the way drainage, that interstitial lymphatic fluid drains. Down through here, over the rib cage, through here. And then there's a little, like a hole behind your nipple on your rib cage. Wiggle around, you can kind of feel it. If that's tender, rub it. If anything's tender, rub it anywhere. But that's how things kind of are supposed to flow. But like I say, when your shoulders are clenched up, everything just dams up and you get that pressure build up in your head. And that's what causes migraines. Those 5 or 10% that are, I can't get rid of permanently, those are energetically caused. I'll have to do a separate video for that sometime, because that's pretty involved and it's kind of different concepts. It's pretty weird. But anyway, I hope that helps you out next time. Oh, I'm going to attach a couple stories to this video. Back in the day when I was working in the spa, a guy came in, mid-50s, thoracic outlet syndrome. You know, he's losing the feeling in his fingers and stuff, circulation up there. He was an avid bicyclist, right? Which means this and all tensed up for years. Coracoid issues, just super tensed up. He came in to get a massage because his wife was there in the spa anyway. I think it was like his first one. He talked about his problem and I asked him if he just wanted it to go away. He said, well, yeah, okay. Took about an hour, softened and loosened everything up, got his circulation back. You know, after 5 or 10 minutes, you can just feel the circulation come back in your hands. I mentioned that previously, I believe, in that video. But anyway, it's done. And fairly permanently, right? As long as he doesn't do this anymore with the bicycle all clenched up. And you stretch a little bit, it should be gone for the rest of his life. And he'd had it for like a year. He, after this session, his wife was talking at the cash register with the other gal, with another gal. He took a walk outside around the parking lot. And you can just see him playing with his arms. Because it feels weird now, right? And you can see he's thinking, I mean, had this for a year, the doctor just gave me some stupid pills or whatever. But now it's just gone. And before he left, he gave me like a thumbs up, said, good job, buddy. Right? People don't want to believe that there are simple cures and remedies for things. And that stuff just goes away, you know, permanently. It can be hard on your mind because you have to look at things differently now. You know, why didn't the doctor just do that? Or why didn't the doctor know about it? Right? Why is it a secret? And like say something so simple. I don't know if I've said this story before, but there's another guy came into the spa, bad shoulder. He was running his mouth and talking about how his other masseuse was the best in town, but she was gone for a little bit. Came in because I had free time. Right? During the course of it, we found the actual problem, subscapularis. Ooh, and it hurt like heck. He said, ooh, look out, you hit a nerve there. I have to explain to him there's no such thing as that. We're just going to readdress it a little gentler, give it some motion, it'll eventually let go. And that's what we did. 2 or 3 minutes, some gentle application of some pressure. It all just let go for the first time in however many decades. You can just see his whole shoulder just melt out like butter. Oh. And now his bad shoulder is is good again. And permanently. Because we got to the issue. Boy, that shut him up and he felt stupid now. I mean, he gave me a good tip, but you could tell he knew he'd put his foot in his mouth, bragging about that other massage therapist. But anyway, there are just simple, straightforward resolutions to things. If you're not finding the help you need, go somewhere else. Somebody knows how to resolve your situation. Anyway, you have a good day.